Everyone, thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and today I want to show you this beautiful suite. I love it. It's called Hydrangea Hill, and it is on page 18 and 19 of the mini catalog. And it has gorgeous, gorgeous products. I love hydrangeas. Where I grew up, we had a lot of them. In Florida, I have a hard time with them, but I just love them. So I'm going to show you how to make this card, and I'm cutting out this beautiful flower thing, and I have this acetate. So let me show you some of the products. So this is the stamp set, and then this is the piece I'm using to cut this out. And some of the dies will cut these pieces, and some of them are just on their own. So they usually do that. The sentiments are nice. It's a mix of script and regular straight print, which I love. And some of these are really tiny, and they fit in this little guy here, or they fit in this one. So those are neat. There's this Gorgeous Grape ribbon. Very pretty. And these are just so pretty. These are these pastel pearls, and I love them. They're just gorgeous. And then we have this acetate paper. So this is different. It's Rococo Rose and Highland Heather are the colors on one side, but then on the other side there's like this, it's almost like a very light gray. So you could use either side. So these are the different colors. They're really neat. They're kind of heavier than a vinyl. I don't even know how to describe it. And there's two different patterns. The Highland Heather and the Rococo Rose, there's this kind of like this tighter pattern. And then there's this, it's got more space between the dots, if that makes sense. So I hope this all is making sense to you. So I cut using the nested, the stitch nested label dies. I cut the piece out. So this card we did in Rococo Rose, and the card I'm going to make today is going to be with Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. The other thing I wanted to show you is this paper. So this is the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper, and I made this card. It's on my blog from yesterday, and it was the easiest card to make in the world. So I just cut this down, put on a sentiment, and put on some of these beautiful pearls. And that was so simple, and I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I love this top part. Sometimes I would sponge some ink and get that kind of look, but they did it for me. So I think this is really pretty. So this is the other side of this. I just want to take you through the papers. Such pretty colors. The Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Seaside Spray. And this is the other side of that paper. And then we have these. Again, the Rococo Rose, and this is the other side of that. And then these little bunches. And isn't that pretty? I think you could just cut that out and have a beautiful flower using one of the dies. And then we have these little groupings. And this is pretty. And then look at that, how beautiful. So that's the paper. I think this might be on the top. I don't know if it's the favorite or pretty close to the favorite of papers in the new catalog. So I wanted to just show you that. If you wanted to get any information on this card, the dimensions, there's not much to it. You can look on my blog from yesterday, pspapercrafts.com. So let's get started with this. This is much more complicated than that last one. So I'm going to step away and do some die cutting. And what I did was I'll die cut a piece of Highland Heather with this one to get that look. And I'm going to actually back this with one of the adhesive sheets, just this little bit, and we will cut out this intricate. This is Mossy Meadow. And then I'm just going to cut out part of this. I only want the leaves to back this up with. I don't need this whole thing. So I'll kind of cut it like this. And let me stamp the sentiment. So what I did with this, with love, I stamped it, and I'll do this in Gorgeous Grape this time. And I cut it with the die, and then I cut it down. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do With Love again, and I'll just do it right down here. And then I'm going to use this, and I'm going to cut it so it's kind of toward the bottom, and then I'm going to just cut that off at the top. Is that all the cutting we need? I think so. So let me step away, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. While I was away, I also embossed a piece of Very Vanilla with the 3D subtle embossing folder. So I got that taken care of. And I just wanted to mention, you know, I said I was using the adhesive back, the adhesive sheet for the backing of this. So these sheets, they come in a pack of 12, and they're 6 by 12. And you can just cut off the piece that you want, and you peel off the back and adhere it to your cardstock. It's really two-sided sticky, so you adhere one side, and then when you want to use the other side, you just peel off the back of it. So let's just pull this guy out. Get rid of some of these. Let me see. Let me just get this out. So it's a little bit thicker because it's got the backing on it. Okay, so now when I want to use this, I can just peel off the back and I don't have to glue it. And then this one, as I said, we were going to just cut it, and we only want the leaves. So I'm just going to snip this off right up here and throw this away. Okay, so now what we can do is take this piece, peel off the back. Excuse me, my dog is really bothering me. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. A piece of paper fell on the floor and he was all over it. So I don't know if you could hear it, but it was distracting me. So now we have the pieces out, and I just want to, and this is a little bit hard sometimes. Sometimes it works really well. You just want to get it apart here. And it will just pull this. Now this is kind of like a sticker. So this has sticky on it. So we want to just lay this right on here. And I was trying to, try to line up the leaves and the stem as best you can. So this is Mossy Meadow, the dark, and then the other piece is Old Olive. So let's see. We have this. We have our cutout piece of acetate. And I actually did not emboss this at first, and I thought it just looked like it needed something. And then we have this piece, which I think is really beautiful. And I'm wondering if it would be better in the darker color. What do you think? I'm going to try it in the darker purple. And so this is Highland Heather. I'm going to step back away, do another one in the Gorgeous Grape, and I will be right back, and we'll decide what we want to do. Okay, so this is the Highland Heather, and I'm doing it on, so let's look at the whole thing. Gorgeous Grape. And then this is the Gorgeous Grape one. So let's see which one. Yeah, I think I like the Gorgeous Grape one better. They're both pretty though. I'll use this on another one. I think I'm going to go with the Gorgeous Grape. So on this, there's a couple of little things you've got to poke out. And just some of the centers. And then I put on some pearls that I colored. So on this one, this is Rococo Rose, and I put on some pearls that I colored with the light Rococo Rose Stampin' Blend. So that looks good. The other thing I did was I kind of pushed them forward a little bit. So I just pushed it down here just to give it a little bit of dimension. So if you flip it over, you can, play around with it if you wanted to lift these up more. But I'm good with it like this. I think it's, they're lifted up good enough. Let me just get this guy up here. And then what I did was I colored these pearls. I think these are too big for them, so I didn't want to use these. And the pearls that we have really come in teeny tiny. So this was the dark Rococo Rose, which I didn't really care for. And let's see what color we want here. I have light and dark Highland Heather. So let's try out each one and see what we like. Otherwise I can do, oops, that looks pink. Let me just pick that guy up. I think that's too light. I'm wondering if I should do the, let me just put it on the side. I may have to do the light Gorgeous Grape since we're doing Gorgeous Grape on that. Let's see. I think that'll do it. So I think I needed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of them. So let me do 16. I'll rush it through, and then we can put them on. I'll rush it through that too, because that's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, so we've got 16 of them, and now I'm just going to put them all in the center. I'll use this, pick it up. Now, it's not that critical here, but if you're doing this on white, you want to make sure you don't get ink on your finger, because this is kind of waxy, so there's actually ink when you touch it. It might pick up. So again, on this, you're not going to even notice it if it happens, but on white, you would definitely want to be very careful. I must have counted wrong. I need one more. I love that you can use the Stampin' Blends. You can't use this on the Stampin' Write markers. These Stampin' Blends are alcohol based, so you can color ribbon with them, you can color pearls, rhinestones, so it's pretty cool. But the other Stampin' Write markers are water based. So I think that's gorgeous. I love it. So now we have our pieces, and I'm actually going to cut this off just a little bit. I want it just a little square. I was thinking about hanging it up here, but I didn't really care for it. So let me get my trimmer. And we'll just snip this a little bit. I'll put this over here. And we'll just cut it a little bit. So we have that done. And what else do we need to do here? So we need our ribbon. I'm using this Gorgeous Grape ribbon. And on this card, what I did was I used this white ribbon. It's white with the silver edged, what is it called? Metallic edged ribbon. And then I colored it with the light Rococo Rose Stampin' Blend. So I wanted it to, you know, all matchy-matchy there. So on this one, I didn't tie a bow or anything like that. I didn't want to add anything more, but I liked having something going around. So we'll just put this around the card, or this layer, I should say. And I like to just put a little bit of Scotch tape on it. So where's my Scotch tape? Here it is. So we'll just take a couple of pieces of Scotch tape and put one here. And then make sure it's nice and even and straight and everything. And put another one down. So now we can put this layer down. Card is coming together. And I'll use a little bit of liquid glue. I like to use a liquid glue on an embossed layer, just so it gets in all of the bumps and everything. So we'll put this down. And when I adhered the acetate, I wasn't sure if the liquid glue would show through, and it really didn't. But I did try to get it more on like the edges and some of the places that weren't like seeing through, if that makes sense. But it dries clear, so it should be okay. And we'll put this down right over it. Make sure it's nice and even. Okay, and then I put this up with dimensionals. So let's put the cap on this and get some dimensionals. I only put them on the big leaves. I didn't worry about the stem because it's so narrow and I don't think it needed it. But I think this is really pretty, and I love Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. I think they're really pretty colors together. So we'll just put this about here. Put some dimensionals on this one. Pretty easy card once you have everything cut. But not as easy as yesterday's. That was, I couldn't believe how fast it came together. I love it when you can just pull a card together like that. And I think our designer series paper is really beautiful, and it just makes it easy to pull a quick card together. Okay. And then I put one dimensional on this. And you can put it, I was going to put it here, here, here. I'm going to keep it here. But you can put it wherever you want. It's very tiny. So on this one, I put the sentiment, "The world is better because of you." This one, I wanted something a little more kind of birthday or special day. So I'm using from the Peaceful Moments. Wishing you every happiness a special day will bring. So you could use it for a wedding or a birthday, or I guess some other special day. And I'll use some Gorgeous Grape for the sentiment. And I think I need to re-ink this. I got all the re-inkers for all the different colors, so I really need to spend some time going through and re-inking. Okay, and then on this one, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I just did this little kind of cluster of flowers. You can do the big one. You could do these. On this one, on this other card, I did this. So I used this and then the background. So I did Seaside Spray, and then I stamped off and did the background. So lots of things you can do on the inside. But I'm going to do the same thing. And I want to do this in maybe the Highland Heather. Excuse me. Got a tickle in my throat. So let's do this one. Usually I try things out before I have my, I wonder if I should do it up here too. What do you think about that? I like to try things out before I do my video. But today I'm just doing it straight. There you go. How's that? So let's put this down, and we are done with this card. I really think it came out good. I like both colors. Which color do you like best? The purple or the Rococo Rose? I'm not sure. I really like these flowers in the Seaside Spray, but they didn't have the Seaside Spray acetate. I guess I could have used the other side. This probably should be down a little bit, but it's good. So these are the cards. I hope you give it a try if you have this set. If you need any help or have any questions, you can always email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com, or leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Thanks so much and have a good day. Bye.